Alright guys, welcome to the channel, and I'm coming to you from the beach today. Make sure please that you like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends. I'm trying to grow this as much as we can. But yeah, I'm coming from the beach today. I want to talk to you about a concept called celebrate all wins. It's extremely important when you make some wins in business, relationship, and life that you celebrate those wins. And a lot of times, especially men, don't stop and actually celebrate when we have wins. We just keep going and going and going. And we never take time to celebrate it, to recharge, to just reset. And I find that every time I do that, it clears my mind and it gives me even better ideas to move forward and get more wins. So celebrating your wins, to define that for you, like right now, my girlfriend last year won a President's Club trip at work. She's in sales, and so she won that trip, but the beer bug messed everything up. And so we're here celebrating not only wins for me, but her win of President's Club. And then for me personally, I've had some wins in business, and obviously that created some more income. And for me, I'm just down here, celebrating those good things that have happened that I worked hard for. And so, you can celebrate a win in a bunch of different ways. But I think it's important to try to get away from your usual surroundings, whether it's to a beach, to the mountains, whatever you like. But I think it's important because it gets you away from everything around you and all of your normal stimulus, and it puts you in a situation where nothing is normal, nothing is exactly like you have it every single day, and it just causes you to think and open up a little bit more. And I think that helps with brainstorming, coming up with new ideas, and that kind of stuff. So celebrating the wins are important. Another thing that I have found that's extremely important, as you celebrate the wins, make sure that the celebration is reaching out further than your current level. And here's what I mean by that. If you usually you would go to, let's throw out a chain store, Applebee's restaurant. And Friday night is steak night. You go to Applebee's and you have your steak, which I wouldn't recommend, but anyways, that's your normal, okay? But when you go somewhere, like I'm here at the beach, you go somewhere, and like tonight, I'm gonna go to, Emerald's got a seafood restaurant here, and I'm gonna go to that tonight. Now that's gonna be a little more expensive, it's gonna be a little more high class, it's gonna be a much higher grade of food. I prefer to go to nice restaurants. If I'm going to spend the money, I want to go to a really good chef. But that's one way that I'm reaching up and doing something I wouldn't normally do. I don't really think about, when I'm in town and I'm working and I'm in the grind, I don't think about, oh, let's stop and go to this nice restaurant or whatever. I've been to all the restaurants that are nice in my town anyways, so I prefer to stay home and cook. But that's one way to celebrate and reach above and beyond. Another way to do that is, if you were going to say go on a vacation, you're going to come to the beach like I am, instead of thinking about that vacation as let's go as cheap as we possibly can, we're going to stay at the Days Inn 5 blocks from the beach. Instead of doing that and having that scarcity mindset, you want to make sure that you are stepping up. If you're 5 blocks from the beach for $100 a night, you need to spend that extra money and get on the beach. And you need to enjoy the view like what I'm enjoying behind me. You need to be able to enjoy those things. And it's so important, even if you have to cut you want to take a 5-day trip and you have to cut it down to 4 days or to 3 days, to be able to stay in a higher class resort, then that's what you need to do if you want to reach beyond your current level. It's so important in everything we do, every chance we get, to reach beyond the current level we're at, just to touch it. You don't have to stay there. You know, a lot of guys can't afford to stay there the whole time. But it's so important that you reach out and you touch where you want to be, because it sets your mind to that. You actually are setting your conscious mind and your unconscious mind of, this is where I want to be. And when you touch it, you show your mind and you show yourself that it is possible. So that's very important. But celebrating all wins, and then pairing that with reaching further than your current level. If you think about that, how does that affect your subconscious? How does that affect, your state? You're celebrating a win that you had, plus you're reaching beyond your current level. So if you combine those two and you celebrate the win, and as you're celebrating, you reach beyond your current level, if you do those two things at the same time, think about how you're priming your mind and priming your state to be able to move forward and move towards even bigger goals, even higher goals, because you're touching what those higher goals and those bigger goals can get you. So you're touching it and you're setting a higher goal. And so your brain is able to bring all that together and say, okay, let's come up with some new ideas while we're in this relaxed state to get to that next goal. So not only can you touch it, but you can live in that higher level that you've touched. So basically it's celebrate the win and touch a higher level. Touch the next step, touch a higher level. And as you touch that higher level, and while you're celebrating the win, you're training yourself to get to that next level you're touching. Then you get to that next level. And then when you're at that next level, celebrating the win that got you to that next level, you touch another level higher. See what I mean? You keep stair-stepping and you keep building towards that higher level over and over and over again every single time you're celebrating wins. Now here's how I've done that. On this trip, we spent the first day on the beach, just laying under the umbrella and staring at the ocean. And I intentionally did that the first day because I have a habit of not being able to forget about work for a couple days. So my experiment this time was, let's lay on the beach for the whole day and chill out. And it worked perfectly. Stop thinking about work, no big deal, everything's handled. And I woke up the next day refreshed and ready to just enjoy myself. We then went on to search for the best Mexican food and the best mojito or margarita in town, and we found it. And so that was another celebration. But last night we went to a more upscale restaurant in a upscale district, and we enjoyed that. And tonight, like I said, we're going to go to Emerald's place, and that's more upscale. We're staying on the beach as opposed to thinking about, oh, well, how much does it cost and all that. We didn't think about how much it cost. We thought about where we want to go. And when you get to the point where you think about where you want to go and you don't think about how much it costs, that's a win, man. I'm telling you. That's a win when you can do that. Because now I'm touching the level just a little bit above. And then the next time I celebrate a win, I'm going to stay in an even nicer place on the beach, because that's touching the next level above that. So that's how I'm doing it personally, and I know that it works, and I want you guys to implement this in your strategies, because it's so important to celebrate every time you have a win. And, if your partner has a win, if you have somebody that you're in a long-term relationship with, your partner has a win, you got to celebrate that. I had to teach my girlfriend, hey, this is what we're doing. You did this well, and we're going to celebrate it. And here's why we're doing it. And once I did that, she actually, she was like, oh, yeah, that's really cool. So really, really good. So this is just a reminder, celebrate all those wins, guys. Celebrate your wins and touch that next level while you do it. Make sure that you like this video, please. And please subscribe to the channel. I really want to build a group of guys where we can be helping each other out live all the time on a Facebook chat or something like that. And we can just constantly be helping each other, be encouraging each other, and getting people to move forward. So like, subscribe, and tell all your friends. And I'm going to get back to the beach now, guys, because this place is awesome, and pretty much I deserve this win. It's been a good one. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.